Okay, in the previous video, I showed you my meta grinding crew for power. And you would use that crew in most events, trying to hit the highest hostile that you possibly can to score the most points. You would use the power crew. Now, if you're just wanting to grind for reputation to hit that next milestone, then you would want to use a max rep crew. And here, let me show you my meta for the max rep crew. I'm going to use E-Data, Picard, and Kim. And the only change lower deck is I'm taking out Grush and I'm putting Admiral Freeman there. And the reason why is for their abilities. Picard's captain ability is it increases the rewards gained from hostiles and armadas by 100%. So I got that boost. Kim increases the reputation by 15%. And Freeman's lower deck ability is he increases your reputation by 40%. So this is the crew I would use for max rep grinding. And in 5-star space, the highest that you can possibly go is one of these 56 systems. And it has the highest hostile here is a 57. It has 56s and 55s. And you can see it's a battleship system, so I can still use my Haicha in here. And I can hit the battleships, which you want to really focus on the transports, because the transports or the scouts, like you see right here, you look at his reputation you get a bunch by hitting him. You know, you get a bunch. So you can see I get all this Klingon 64,000 rep points. And now for the transports, here's the 57. I'll get 96,000 Klingon and 48,000 Fed. And that doesn't even count the boost that I have in my ship. So that even makes it better. And even the lowest ones is 64, 32 versus, let's find the highest battleship in here. See if we can find a 57. I don't see one spawned, but let's do a 56. You can see there's a big difference, and I'll find a 56 transport, and you can see the difference. You see, it's a big difference. So you want to really focus on when you're rep grinding, but sometimes you got to pop a bunch of these whatever hostiles in the system to get the transports to spawn, if any of you have really done a whole lot of grinding. So it's good to have a ship that can take out both, and my Haicha will do the trick. We'll go with this 57 here. We'll pop him, and I'll show you the hull damage I get from it. And again, I'm using a 4-star ship. I'm not using a 5-star ship. So I'm going to be saving on repair bill. That's a big plus when you're doing grinding for reputation. I mean, there are times where I've come in one of these systems and grinded for 6 hours straight. So let's see how much repair bill I got going here. $19 minutes, not very much. Like I said before when I was doing the other one, when I was using my max crew, let's go ahead and change. Let me repair, and I'll show you the difference between my max crew and the reputation crew. It wasn't very much from that 60 system. I didn't give all that much, but the power crew, let's see. Put old Grush here. Go group again. Get Janeway. And the old doctor. Let's go to 57. Here we go. Here's another 57. Okay, 10 minutes. So not quite half the damage time, but you can see you can effectively grind with the reputation crew in here. But you can see the power crew does a lot better job, but not, you know, you got about not quite half difference, but still. But when you're trying to do grind reputation and only reputation, then you want to use this crew. It's gonna do a little bit more damage, but the rep that I gained from putting, let's see, let's go back to group again. E. Picard. Then I'll put, where's Kim at? Okay, there's Kim. And then I'll go lower decks and put Friedman there. And that's the crew that I would use in this system to grind reputation. But like I said, for the most power, the previous crew, as you can see, had almost half less damage. If you're just doing for power to finish an event, you could actually go up. You could go as far as your ship can go. Also, one of the things, if I was going to sit here and do an actual grind session, I would go into this Exocom and I would get one of these reputations. Here's one for 100% boost. And they also have, I think, 70, and I think there's like a 30 or something in here too. 50, there's a 50. Oh, that's a reduction. Here's 40. So there's a 40, a 70, and 100%. And you can stack these. You can use, say I wanted to use my Klingon reputation, I could pop it right here and it would put it down here. Then they got these multi-purpose ones. So I could do another Klingon and then I could do a Federation right there. So you could use 3 of them, and then you could go up here and even use one of the combat ones and say I'm using the Interceptor. I could use one of these, the Interceptor pack, or I could use the 50% damage, and then there's a 30% damage. So I could pop all 4 of those, and man, I could go to town for an hour on this in here. There's been times where I've grinded out over $1 billion in reputation in one of these systems, using what I'm showing you right now. This is my max crew, and it works really, really good. I know that some people before that, with my previous video, was talking about using 5. 5 has a similar officer ability. So I'm putting 5 in the tree, but I always found using 5 gave you too much hull damage. The rub was not good. But previous to that, I would have used Janeway before Picard came in. If you don't have a Picard, go back group. You can throw Janeway up in there. You just don't get the boost from Janeway, but it will allow you to use Kim and Freeman below. I'll show you. Let's find a 57. It'll probably do more damage than the previous one. But like I said, you use Picard for his captain's ability for the extra uh, rewards boost from it. It gives you so much more. See, look, man, it didn't hardly do any damage. Let's take it back and see. So if you don't have E Picard, use Janeway. Is what I'm saying. I mean, you can try fine, but I'm guarantee you're going to get a lot more hull damage, and the rub's going to be you're going to be able to hit a lot more of these hostiles with Janeway than you will with 12 minutes. So actually, no, Picard, I guess. See, Janeway is a little bit better. So you get 5 minutes less damage using Janeway than you did with Picard as captain. But the key here is you're wanting rep. So let's see if we can find another one. Let's see, I don't know if we are. So the key thing is you're trying to get as much reputation as possible, and you got to balance that out with having enough power to hit as many hostiles on one hull and gain the most reputation that you can. So for me, at least, I can use E Picard instead of Janeway and still grind effectively in here. So this is the crew that I would use to rep grind. I would use this exact crew, and for like events and whatever, I would use the power crew that I showed you previously. I used it today in one of the events that we had, and to level out, to milestone out of it really quick. I can hit level 60 hostiles and get through an event really fast using that. If some of y'all want me to, I'll go through some of the crews that I use for some of the like gimmick stuff. Like I can show you what I use to get Borg probes. I can show you how I do my Metavine. I can show you some other stuff if that's what you want. I'm not sure what the demand on that is, but I know this will help every person that watches this video, the last 2 videos that I put out. So until next time,